Hey guys, how's everybody doing? If you watched video one, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just kind of gave you a little background about me, maybe to help you put stuff in perspective that, you know, it could be worse, and it could be, So let's continue my story about college. When I got into college, it changed me a lot. I started hanging out with fraternities. I started getting into drinking. I started getting more into drugs, and I started doing a lot of stuff that I had told myself growing up I would never do. Now a lot of people may be thinking like, why would he do that? You just don't think about it. When you're around a bunch of people, or people are like, hey, do this, and you do it once, and you have no repercussions, you keep doing it. It's nothing to say that I'm a bad person or that you're a bad person because you keep doing the things that you keep doing. But there is a cause and effect for everything in this world. Now, college was fun. I've had a lot of fun in college. I used to be really shy. I didn't really go out of my comfort zone. I didn't do anything that I didn't have to do. And when I got into college, I started being a lot more open to things. I started putting a lot of things in perspective, a lot of things that you don't think about. Now, when I was growing up as a child, I was very, very, very particular about who I would hang out with. I would be one of them kids that made fun of other people, and I'm not saying that I'm a bad person, but that was a bad thing that I did. But I'm telling you that I did do stuff like that, so you recognize that everybody does stuff in this life, and it doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you a bad person if you continue to do the things that you know that you are doing wrong. Now, when I got into college, like I said, I started partying, I started getting into drugs, I started doing a lot of stuff that I told myself I would never do. Now, a lot of people would be like, why? And it's like, you just don't think about it. I was having fun. I finally had girls. I never had girls on me all through high school. I started putting on a little bit more weight. Started actually maturing a lot to where I didn't look so young anymore, even though I still look young. I had a lot more friends, and I never really knew what a friend was, and it was because of a lot of the things I was doing. Now, I've gone through a lot in my life, and there's some things I might open up about eventually, but I don't want to open up about. Just college has been just as tough as my past had been, up until college. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing bad about fraternities, so don't say anything about wow, he only did drugs or drink because of fraternities. No, you make your own decisions, and I made my own decisions despite the influences I may have had. Now, I loved being in a fraternity, It was nice because in fraternities, they teach you about leadership. They teach you getting into roles that you might be uncomfortable about, They help you grow, mature as a person, and all that stuff. And they definitely help you with keeping on track about completing college. Now, you always hear about the bad stuff about, man, fraternities did this, fraternities did that, and it's always about drugs or alcohol or chapters getting in trouble because of that and this, but like I said in the beginning, everybody makes their own decisions. One person making a decision doesn't mean that a whole group made that decision. And I used to think like that. I thought that what everybody else did, I had to do. Or because this person did that I should do it. And, it put everything in perspective when you get sober. Now, being sober doesn't mean that I was a heavy drug user or I was a heavy alcoholic. But being completely sober has meant that nothing has been inside my body, nothing but anything healthy in the last couple months. And it's crazy to say that I've seen life in a whole different perspective. And I definitely have. Now, when I was first in college, Because of my past, I was a very manipulative person, and I will say that. I used to be that guy that would tell you whatever you wanted to hear just to get what I wanted. Now, does that make me a bad person? Yes, it does. I was a bad person then, but it's because of what I was doing in my life that was causing that. I don't want to say my past influenced what I did now, because it has helped me want to further myself in life, but it never pushed me to say I need to do drugs, or I need to do alcohol, or drink alcohol, or party, or anything like that. It's just all about who you hang out with. Before I got in fraternities, I was hanging out with a lot of people that still ran the streets, still did stuff that in Genesee County is acceptable. In today's society, the people that are doing a lot of things that they're doing that are found socially acceptable are put more on a pedestal than people that are trying to better themselves, or successful people putting successful stuff. Nobody listens to it anymore, and that's another thing I want to do about these videos, is just hope to influence people to listen to a different side of stuff. So I've gone through a lot in college, a lot more than I feel like I did all when I was younger, until I was 18. Just a little background on what's happened is 6 months ago, I got a DUI, and when I was in jail, it was like, man, I'm never gonna drink again. Man, I'm never gonna do this again. Man, jail sucks, especially waking up from being drunk and being sober with a shitty hangover, not knowing what the hell is going on, or how long you're gonna be sitting there, or anything. Because when you're in jail, they don't care. They don't care. They will keep you there as long as they possibly can. They don't care. Man, there's been many times when I woke up and I don't know how I got home. And I know many people have been in the same situation. And there's been many times where I'm like, man, I'm never going to drink again. And then the next week comes and I'm out drinking again. Now, when I got my first DUI, I didn't drink after, I would maybe go out here and there. Nothing too major. And then I got off with reckless driving and no DUI on my record. Now, many people would be like, wow, man, you got off scot-free, like, good shit, man. And the people I had in my life were like, wow, man, good job, come on, let's go out for a drink. And I would go out for a drink. And not even a couple months later, I got another DUI. Now, man, people are saying, wow, 2 DUIs within 6 months, man, like, why would you not stop drinking? And I can't really answer that. I don't know why I wouldn't stop drinking until I got sober. And then I realized it was not only the people in my life, but me thinking that was the outlet to releasing my stress, or I was so caught up that I just thought drinking was the reason, the way to get unstressed, or to not think about anything. And this time I was trying to do the right thing, pulled over on the side of the road, and a state cop pulled up behind me. Man, that night in jail sucked. And all I kept thinking about was, wow, man. Wow, my life's over. I got it down in a county that nobody ever wants to get anything in. And they stuck it to me, This was counted as my first DUI because the other one obviously was dropped. And when I got that second one, you know, I didn't really feel ashamed, which I should have, you know. I looked stupid. I got 2 DUIs in 6 months. I went 6 years without getting in trouble at all, escaping the thing that I didn't want to be. And then I was turning into that statistic that I was talking about in video 1. You know, a lot of people, when they're going through things, they would especially when that happens, they would just give up. And I almost gave up. I don't know what pushed me to see the other side. When I first started going to court, I'm like, man, I'm gonna get out of this too. Like I'm gonna be scot-free. It's considered my first one again. They're gonna just let me be. That didn't happen. Wrong county to think that in, you know, and they stuck it to me. And I'm still going through a lot of stuff. And now I'm at, you know, people would think, man, 2 DUIs, like 2 nights in jail, like, man, you gotta stop. And I didn't. And I didn't think about it at the time, but it's because I was an alcoholic. And I've done a lot of bad stuff as a person from being an alcoholic. Now, an alcoholic to me, when I first started going to AA, I thought it was somebody that drank every single night. It's not that. It's just somebody that when they pick up a drink, they can't stop drinking. Or somebody that can't say no to going out and getting drunk. And when I first started going through all the notions that you have to go through, and I first met with my probation officer, and they stuck it to me. She put it down hard, and I'm still in college. You know, a lot of people are like, man, like, didn't you just say you've been going to college for 7 years? Yeah, I've been going to college for 7 years. And it was because my mind has been clouded the last 6 years that I've never had the drive like I do now to do what I want to further myself. I was going to school because I was looked at the kid in my mom's family that was going to do something with their lives. So I continued to just go to school just because. Now, I do have 4 associate degrees, and I transferred, switched my majors, had to start all over. And I've had school paid for because I'm Native American, and unlike a lot of people, I was just ungrateful for it, you know. I was just going to school because I was getting paid. And I've always been blessed, you know, with that because I get money to go to school. Not a lot of people get that. And I've met a lot of people lately that have to work 2 jobs, have kids at home, and are struggling to make ends meet, but still going to school to further themselves. And I look up to them. I never did before until I got sober. But yeah, now I'm on probation. I'm going to AA. I've been completely sober. After I got my second DUI, I was still drinking. They were making me blow. They were making me do P-tests for drugs, but it's not hard. It's not hard to cheat that at all, and I was still drinking. I'm completely 100% sober now, though, and I would not say that if I wasn't. I haven't done anything or drink anything besides water or anything that isn't related to the gym in about 60 days now. I feel a lot more healthier. I feel like I have more energy. I have more motivation now than I ever did to better myself in life. And I don't expect anybody to believe the things that I believe. We're all humans. We all think different. I just hope that you guys keep following me and you listen. Now that we got through my past and everything that I've been going through, now I can just get into the videos, you know, and hope to inspire somebody. I just had to let you know about my past so you can understand what made me want to start doing this. And I hope I influenced somebody. I'm 25 years old now. I just didn't, it took me a minute, but I think I know what I'm going for in college now, and I will graduate and be in a career by the time I'm 30. Thank you if you've listened this far. Thank you for listening to my previous video. Thank you for listening to this video, and I hope you continue to listen. Appreciate you all.